Good morning, my loves. This is Natalia, and welcome to our weekly angel readings. So we had the new moon in Aries yesterday. How was that for you? I hope you had an interesting new moon. I hope that lots of new things open up for you. And I hope that this new moon also enables us all to move forwards in a big way. Because today in the UK, we are semi-opening up from lockdown, which has been about a five-month excursion in getting to know our homes and not seeing people. So the shops are opening, the non-essential services, the outdoor spaces in cafes and bars and pubs are opening. Also gyms and swimming pools. So it's an exciting day here in the UK. So what is going on in your world? Do tell, and I'll say my good mornings to some of you who've arrived already, and a big hello to you if you're watching the replay, because I know you can't always make it live, so I do appreciate whenever you watch is good. That's really amazing that you do. So good morning to the beautiful Nancy Zimmerman. And thank you for the stars, my love. I've been looking at some of your lovely artwork this morning from a course that you did, and it's looking fabulous. You artistic lady, you. I hope you've had a good weekend creating. And good morning to Dorothy Kublis, to Barbara Phipps, to Colleen Ann. Good evening to Nicole South. How are you doing, Nicole? I hope you're feeling a bit better. Send lots of love Nicole's way, because she's had a rotten week last week, and her new beginning consisted of her beautiful sheep passing away. So lots of love and hugs to you, gorgeous Nicole. Oh, it looks like you had a lot of fun, Nancy. It really does. I'm loving seeing your beautiful muse being unleashed with all of this creativity. Good morning to Erica Gonzalez, to Tony Costa. Oh, thank you, Tony. I hope you're well. Donna Crow's here. Hello, Donna. I haven't seen you in ages. Janine Swinburne is here as well. Hello to you. Sarah Hyatt, you have a week off this week, Sarah. Oh, look at you. And the weather's turning. The weather's looking a lot brighter and lovelier, because it was snowing last night. It was doing a blizzard here. It's crazy, isn't it? Love and light to you too, Tony. Thank you. Donna Green, good morning to you. And Jill Scales, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning. Oh, so good evening, sorry. Ursula Cunard. Now, I'm a bit chaotic this morning, and I'll tell you for why. I'm having new worktops fitted in my kitchen. These worktops, they're at least 18 years old. So happy birthday, happy important birthday to my worktops. But they're going to be on a rubbish tip later today, and not a moment too soon, because you know when you hate something in your house. Do you have that? Is there something in your house that you really loathe? Well, those worktops have been my bête noire for the last 12 years, and I've just been like, oh, I just want to get new ones. But you know what it's like when you're living on your own and you're funding yourself. You have to do what's important. And so I didn't have the money often in the past to do these things, but I've saved up, and I've got Shane, my amazing carpenter, downstairs right now doing magical things in the kitchen. So I can't wait to see. I mean, he's taken 2 of them off already, and that's made me so happy. So we'll see. This is the new moon. This is the new dawn for my kitchen, and I hope it's going to be the beginning of a brand new relationship for me and my worktops. I'm having white, glittery, sparkly ones, because I can. And they're going to be all glossy and gorgeous. So good morning to Pauline. Michelle Davis, good morning. You've got a big op on Friday and you're getting nervous. Can we send lots of love to Michelle Davis' way? Because Michelle's got her big op, and I know what it's like. It's nerve-wracking, isn't it? And it's, whenever you're operated on, it can be a tricky time. But it's Aries season, and we've got the planet Mars on your side for operations. It's a good time for that. And the new moon, and we're waxing moon. You've chosen a good week to have your operation, my love. Lindsay Abbott, good evening from New Zealand. And Lynn Hardy, thank you so much for those stars, my love. Mandy Moo Barton is here, good evening to you. Ursula Cunard, have I said hello to you? Yeah, I can't remember. Shelley Barnes, you absolutely loved the Mayan workshop. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly recommend it. Thank you so much. Oh, Leslie Stone, good morning to you, my love. Sending lots of love your way too. Thank you, Donna, for the stars. You're amazing. Hello, Annette McCann. Right, now, before I lose the ability to do this, I'm just going to drop a link into the comments. And before we get on to the readings, just wanted to say I've got 2 new readings up on my readings page on my website. The first one is the eclipses reading. The eclipses are back next month. What do those eclipses have in store for you? Lena Polgarin, good morning. So I'm opening up a limited number of slots for these. So I'll just put them in my diary when I can fit them in. And so I've opened up 5 of those, 5 spaces for that eclipses reading. So the eclipses are happening in May and June, and they are big portals for change, and it's good to get a heads up because it can happen any time between the month before to 6 months after. So we have a really good look at what's coming up for you personally with those, both the angelic guidance, and we look at your astrology. We're connected with that as well. Good evening to you, Christiane. How are you doing, my love? And thank you for the stars, Lena. You're amazing. Then the other amazing reading that I have just put up into my online shop last week off the back of the Mayan astrology workshop is a Mayan astrology full in-depth reading. So this is a reading that is much more in-depth than any readings that I do normally, and it involves looking at your Mayan astrology, what are the secrets of the Mayans about why you're here in this lifetime, what did you choose to do in this lifetime, what's your shadow, what are you here to overcome in terms of challenges, and also looking at the angelic guidance and intuitive side of things as well. So it's a really beautiful reading. We look at your Mayan tree of life. So what are the signs that are most important in terms of guiding you and the energies that are guiding you in this lifetime? So it's a fabulous reading. I did one as a sample for my daughter, and she absolutely loved it. So I can highly recommend that. And the Mayan workshop, thank you, Shelley, for saying you recommend it as well. Because the Mayan workshop, I'm going to run that again on the 20th of April. If anyone who wants to jump on and join me for that, it's a Zoom live workshop, 8 p.m. on the 20th of April. You can book your space. Drop a link in the comments. Michelle Davis, thank you for the stars, my love. And 80 people signed up for the last one. The places went so fast, I've opened another date up for that. So if you want to join me for the Mayan astrology workshop, you can do on the 20th. You can book your place, and it's just £10. And you get to find out what your Mayan day sign is and your galactic tone. And you get to find out what that actually means as well. Okay, I'm going to stop rabbiting, and I'm going to rabbit about something to do with this week. And your birthday's on Thursday, Michelle. So happy birthday to you and to all of my lovely followers, friends who are having birthdays this week. Let me know if it's your birthday this week. Anne McGarry, good morning from Dublin. Right, shall we get on? If I haven't said hello to anybody, Jerry O'Kane, good morning. If I haven't said hello to you, comment again and just let me know you're here. So this represents the first half of the week for the angels. And what are the angels saying to us? What do they want us to know about the energy as we go forward after this beautiful Aries new moon? Thank you for the stars, Leslie. Well, I love the energy of this because 8 is always a really powerful number. Now, isn't it interesting? The last few weeks we've had a lot of air energy coming up in these weekly readings. So air energy is about our intellect, it's about our minds. It's about those thoughts and how we assemble them and then what we do with them, so we can have ideas with our thoughts, we can be learning things, we can be expressing ourselves in lots of different ways. That's the thrust of air energy. And with the number 8, that's all about our power, the power to channel those thoughts in a really positive way. So you may have been feeling trapped and stuck. I know a lot of us are all around the world for various reasons. Sometimes it's just life, and sometimes it's this thing that's been going on for the last 12 months, isn't it? This pandemic that has trapped us and made us feel stuck. And this is saying to you, no more will you be stuck. Don't be afraid of taking action. Don't be afraid of branching out. Because it's all in the mind, my loves, isn't it? I remember when Andy Murray was very prolific in the tennis playing world. I think he's back. He had lots of problems with his back and all kinds of things like that. But when he was at the very top of his game, he could not win a Grand Slam tournament. He was world number one, or in the top three anyway. He was had the potential to be number one, and he just couldn't win a Grand Slam tournament. And it was all about his mindset, his belief about, can I do this? He had the ability in his body, he had the fitness, he had everything going for him, he had the game, but he just couldn't get his mind to click into place. And when he finally did that, he won, lots of tournaments then and became world number one. So my loves, this is all about whatever your mind is telling you. You've got to make sure that mind is really in alignment with your wishes and your desires. And we may be feeling a little bit tentative. We may be feeling as though things are opening up, but I'm a bit afraid to go out there. I'm a bit afraid to go out into the world. I've been feeling a bit like that, Do you have this feeling where, things are changing, things are looking up, the light is being switched on, lighter days are coming, but we're so stuck in the darkness that we've almost kind of acclimatized to it, and we're blinking at the light, and we're a bit afraid to move ahead. So your angels are saying to you, don't be afraid, my loves, because all is well. It is a beautiful card, Janine. Yes, absolutely. And happy birthday to your brother in spirit, Tony. Bless him. Okay, so that's that first part of the week. And then the second half of the week, which represents from Thursday onwards through to the weekend. Look at this, all the air energy. Isn't it interesting? We're in a fire sign season, but there seems to be a lot of thinking going on, a lot of communication going on. So this is where, the doors are open, but you may be afraid to go out, to venture forward. Your mind's playing tricks on you. You've got to get those thoughts in alignment. Be strong and powerful enough to not let your ego overpower you or fear overpower you, because you are very strong. But the Knight of Air speaks of you actually getting in the saddle and saying, I am going to do this. I am going to move forward with things. So Colleen said, I want to move forward. Absolutely. Well, you can, because the difference between whether you can or you can't is whether you believe you can or you can't. And I know it's easy for me to say that, but I have those days too where I say to myself, should I do this? Would anybody be interested? Why do I even bother? What's the point of me? All those thoughts go through my head. And we have to be strong enough to say no to those thoughts, to say, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'll never know if I don't put it out there. And if nobody says they want this, then at least I know for sure. But if I'm just telling myself before I've even done it, then I'm just living half a life, aren't I? And that's the message here with the Knight of Air. It's about being decisive. It's about timeliness. It's about being tireless in your pursuit of the things that you want. It's about writing that email that you are always going to send, but you keep putting off. It's about popping those products in the post to somebody who's an influencer who you want to get your stuff in front of, or applying for that job, that position, that role, whatever it is that you want to do. The Knight of Air is urging you to just get on with it, to not overthink it, to just move ahead with it, okay? And to do it quickly, because if we do something quickly, it's like going up to the top diving board in the swimming pool and then standing on the edge for ages. You'll talk yourself down, talk yourself out of it, won't you? But if you just run up those steps, take a running leap and just dive in, it's all over and done with, and you'll actually feel much better about it. So I feel as though what our angels want us to know in this magical week of the moon waxing and, all this energy portal opening up is that we are free to express ourselves. We are free, and we're always free in our minds. We're always free to look at those thoughts and say, are those limiting me? And how can I turn them around? How can I dig deep and find my power to move myself forward? Thank you so much for the stars, everyone, by the way, because we're so much closer to, we're 53% of the way there to getting our Archangel Power reading, which I'm going to go live and do an in-depth reading about the Archangels. Now, your comments have disappeared, so apparently if I type into the comments box, it will open them up. Yeah, see, it did straight away. Cindy O'Shea, good morning to you from Manchester, Missouri. We've got Manchester, UK, really close to me. I love it how the English names get all around the world. It's usually because we were going around and what is it, like taking over places, weren't we, and renaming them. But it's nice to have a bit of the UK over in the USA. Alexandra Reynolds, good morning to you, my love. Okay, so here, look at all this blue, look at all this air energy. This again is the mind. Our minds are going to be very active. We've got the number 26 here, so that is, again, 2 and 6 together is 8. So it's the power of the mind. If you're feeling lost, then enjoy the solitude. Find yourself within the stillness. Keep calm because everything's taken off towards the end of the week, from Thursday onwards. You might be feeling a little bit as though you're in two minds. That's that kind of energy, where we're sort of overthinking things, or, where we can't have peace. Our mind is restless, it's whirring. And so if you find yourself in the middle of the forest, you don't know your way out, then enjoy being lost. Just sit a while with it. I always remember one of my favourite gurus is somebody called Mark Abadi. He moved to America, so he's not really doing much anymore of what he was doing when he was in the UK, but he talked about things like should, the word should, and this is very much when we should ourselves. Yeah, it's throat chakra energy, isn't it, Donna? All that blue. The mind. And how powerful it can be in a positive and a not so positive way. So Dr. Mark Abadi, he used to say to me, when I was starting my spiritual journey, he was one of the teachers that popped up on my pathway. And I remember saying at the time, I can't sleep. I keep waking up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep, and I'm just thinking about things. And he said, do you know what happens is we think I should be asleep. And we get so angry with ourselves about the fact we should be asleep, but we're awake. And that makes us even more awake. And he said, just be with the being awake. You're obviously awake because your body wants you to be awake. So just sit with the awakeness. And the more that you get angry about what should be happening, the more in a knot and the more kind of lost and frantic you're going to feel. So that was really good advice. I loved that. And so every time when I wake up in the night, I think about those words and I always think, okay, I'm awake. I'll just be awake. I'll deal with it. So those are our beautiful messages. Kim Brewer, you have a good day too. So we've got some interactive messages for you today. And I thought because it was the new moon, what I would do is have a look at your soul's journey as we go forward with this waxing moon. The Soul's Journey lesson cards, these are by James Van Praagh. Sorry I wasn't organised enough to have them out already. I've been clearing my kitchen this morning for the arrival of Shane and all of his worktop cutting. So if you hear any drilling and banging, it's Shane the carpenter. The most magnificent sight, him pulling up on my driveway with his big van and all of his stuff. Does anybody else get really excited about work people, tradespeople coming and doing work for you? It's kind of giving me life. I've been looking at my diary like, he's coming next week and he's here. Okay, so our message today, 1, 2 or 3. So what would you like? Message 1, 2 or 3? So we're going to have a look at number 1. If you've chosen number 1, your message from the Soul's Journey lesson cards. So we're going to have a look at what are the energy centers as well that need a bit of clearing today for you. So we've got yellow of the solar plexus chakra and we've got the red of the root chakra. And then we've got a bit of purple there, which is the third eye chakra as well. So 3 energy centers for you. So if you chose number 1, this very much sits with that message, and this one as well. You know, those feelings of fear, stuckness. And it says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So what are you afraid of, my darlings? With the red, the fear that you could be feeling is because fear is very root chakra bound anyway. It tends to sit in there and block us up, you know, like, you know, when you've got something down your sink, one of the pipes in your sink, and then the water's not going down. It's a little bit like that with the energy centers, with the chakras. So that red is about our security. It's about our stability. So that might be the roof over your head. It might be your ability to buy things, to earn money. It might be your family units coming unstuck in some way. It might be that you are on your own and you're feeling that sense of aloneness. Where's my tribe? Am I going to be on my own forever? You know, it's those kind of thoughts and feelings that go into our minds, doesn't it? So, you know, your angels are asking you to unblock that fear, unblock that root chakra. So the ways you can do that is to really ground yourself. So go and walk in nature. Tony was saying he was doing that. To get outdoors, that really does help. It's amazing how it makes you feel better and unblocks that root chakra. Walking around barefoot around your home. Eating foods that are very sort of earthy, that come from the earth, like root vegetables. Drinking tea, coffee even, you know. And then also to do a meditation for the root chakra as well. So I have a free root chakra meditation on my YouTube channel, Angels by Natalia. Go and check it out there if you want to do that. The yellow here could also be that you're afraid of your own power. How often have you heard that, you know, you're not afraid of not being powerful enough, you're afraid of being too powerful. Because once the genie's out of the bottle, what will I do with it? It's, you know, it's a normal thing. Fear is what keeps us safe. Fear is what the ego uses to keep us alive. Fear is what the governments are using, you know, to try and keep us at home. And yes, you know, it has its purpose, but sometimes it can kind of go too far, can't it? Where we're afraid to then leave the house at all because we're just so afraid, and we've been doing this for so long, we've sort of learned helplessness. So this is saying to you about learn to be powerful again, because that power's there, waiting in your solar plexus chakra. A way to open solar plexus chakra and cleanse it is to think of it like a ball of sunshine growing and expanding 3 feet outside of your body. And that's allowing your power to move from being trapped in the energy center to being out there in the world. And yellow coloured crystals as well. Things like citrine, things like tiger's eye is a really good one as well. Amber. And then finally the third eye chakra, that's believing. Believing in a higher power that's always taking care of you. Believing that whatever's going on around you is for a reason. And you'll soon know what that reason is. But if you tap into that beautiful intuition of yours, which is available to you at any time, then you will get some insights and some wisdom into what that reason is. So that's your message. Quite a long message there, but I hope that resonates with you for number 1. Number 2, your soul's journey lesson. Look at that, all the red and the yellow. Isn't that interesting? It's like we're all united in this collective energy blocks. So first of all, we have the yellow of the solar plexus chakra. So just like I said for the number 1 people, we've got to know our own power. And your lesson here is all about envy. Sometimes we can look at others and we can think, oh, it's all right for them. They're doing really well. And look at me struggling away here. You know, they're an overnight success and there's me. I seem to try really hard and I don't seem to move forward. And other people, you know, success, money, achievement, it seems to land in their lap. And social media is a terrible thing for this, of comparisonitis. It's terrible. It's worse than global pandemics. Yeah, envy, you know, where we're looking at somebody else and we're going, I want their life, I want what they've got. Why can't I have that? Comparing yourself. And you are the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So, you know, if something that you did wasn't easy, if you tried to do something and you didn't achieve it, and you found that you're looking at somebody else and then they seem to do it effortlessly, that's because they're on a different path to you. And what they're going through is completely different to you. So, you know, sometimes I find I have to struggle a lot more than other people to get what I want. But my victories, when they come, they just feel all the sweeter, or I have much more gratitude for things. And so I think that that is about, you know, saying, I know I'm powerful enough to rise above being envious of people. Or if somebody's, you know, if you're watching somebody on social media and they're making that envy come out in you, try and channel it in a way to use it as a motivation to say, if they can do it, they're showing me there's abundance everywhere. And again, the root chakra, where we can feel resentful, where we can feel as though I just want these things for me. And then think about, okay, whatever you want. Oh, Shane's knocking away. Isn't that the most wonderful sound? I love to hear it. That when you have these feelings of resentment and, you know, as though I want this, that think about how that's benefiting the world, that you getting what you want, not just because I want it. Think about your dreams in terms of a global thing. The more abundance you have, what are you going to do with that? You're going to be able to employ tradesmen to do work in your house. You're going to be able to keep stores going, thriving, because you're going to spend money on their products. You know, it's all of that good stuff. So that is your message, number 2. And Colleen's saying you're trying to stay focused on that message. Everyone's on their own journey, and they are, aren't they? You know, everybody's got their own power, and it's almost like golf. Got to use another sporting analogy. Everybody comes to the golf course with a different handicap. That sort of, you know, either you've achieved a lot in golf, so you've got this bigger handicap, or you haven't, so, you know, therefore you've got a bit of a head start on seemingly others. But we're all in our own lanes, my loves, so let everybody get on with their stuff, be inspired by their journeys, but most of all, keep focused on your own. And then message number 3, if you chose number 3, look at all that yellow, yellow, yellow. So it is about being powerful enough to overcome those limiting beliefs of ours. They seem to be looming large in our lives. Let's not let them darken things. Let's not let them take our power away. So this is about success. We've got that star right at the centre. This is almost like a kaleidoscope. So sometimes we have to shift our thinking. We have to change our lens slightly, adapt it in order to see that star appearing at the centre of that kaleidoscope. So what is it that you've tried already? You are powerful enough to try again. Don't hang your boots up. Keep on going. Keep on moving forward. Keep on believing in yourself. And then, you know, the message here is, I know that there is no greater goal than love. So we've got the blue here of the soul's calling. The soul is calling you. You agreed before you came into this lifetime to do something. And whenever we feel those yearnings, those sort of intuitive twinges of guidance, you know, like, go here, do this. And then we're a little bit afraid of it. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our heart when it's telling us that green, the intuitive band of colour there, that purple. So just keep on going, keep on striving towards that. And you've got the power to achieve whatever it is that you perceive success to be. And success, this is a reminder, this card today, this message for you today, that success is on your terms and no one else's. So other people might believe that success looks like a certain thing, but it looks like whatever it is that you want it to be. So be powerful enough to stand within those things that you've agreed to do with your soul contract, and to go after success under your own vision of success, on your own terms, and just maybe alter your lens slightly, the way that you're seeing things, because sometimes if we do something and it doesn't work, we have to adapt our style. We have to adapt the way we do it until it does work. And you're powerful enough to keep on going, to keep on shifting those lenses of the kaleidoscope until it forms the pattern that you want to see in your life. Wow, so much power going on this week, isn't it? I'm loving the yellow. I'm loving all of those messages. and I hope they resonated with you too. So I'm going to go off now and make a cup of coffee for my tradesperson, and see how he's doing while I've been doing this with you. Would you like me to share some photographs later on of my new worktops? Because I could bore the pants off you with this. Honestly, I could, because it's a big day in my life. I feel very, very excited about it. Most of all, I just want to wish you a fabulous week filled with sunshine of the yellow and power, and your ability to be able to govern your thoughts and to maneuver them in such a way that you can overcome any of the fears that you've got. So thank you for your company this morning. Thank you for the stars, and wishing you a wonderful day, my loves. Take care.